Because I think a lot of people who fell asleep within the first 5 or 6 minutes, they don't know that this is how it's gonna end. They don't know. They don't know that this is a video about me gaslighting. I've compiled a short list of triggers that I believe only I do today. And that's all that I'm going to be doing, okay? So, here's a test. What does my necklace look like? Were you paying attention? What does my necklace look like? Scratchy, scratchy, commy. Scratchy, scratchy, commy. Do you remember what my necklace looks like? You should have seen it at the beginning of the video. It looks like this. Were you correct? Were you correct? Were you correct? That's what my necklace looks like. Scratchy, 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 commy. Scratchy, 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 commy. Now, I'm gonna play with this side of your head for a second, okay? Right over here. And I want to do 10 slow blinks with you. And at the end of those 10 slow blinks, I want you to close your eyes and let your head slump to that side, okay? Blink, 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 blink. Good. Keep going. Blink. Good. Blink. 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 Open and close your eyes and slump your head to this side. Very good. Very good. Very good. Now, another test. What shape or thing or number is on my shirt? What's on my shirt? Do you remember? Do you remember the picture on my shirt? If it is a picture, do you remember what it is? Were you focused? Were you focused? Scratchy, 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 commy. Scratchy, 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 commy. It's a flower. It is a flower, a flower, a flower. I can tell you're not paying too much attention just to me. So that probably means that you've been paying attention to the background, haven't you? Can you name something that's on my shelf right now? Can you name something that's on my shelf right now? Something on this side of my shelf, up here. One thing, anything, one thing, anything. Were you right? Did you get anything correct? Did you get anything correct? Or were you still not super duper paying attention? Maybe you need to relax a little bit more before you can pay attention. I'll show you some of the triggers that no other ASMR artists have yet, okay? I encourage other ASMR artists to have some of these things if they don't. So, the first one, pretty sure I'm the only ASMR artist to have used a gall in my videos. I have a couple because I collect these. These are called galls. And I like making little bouquets out of them. Brush, 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 brush. Do you know what they are and what they come from? These two are from Oregon. This one's also from Oregon. Same season, same mountain, I'm pretty sure. These two are from Louisiana. A different plant, You can tell, right? It's a different type of stem, and the gall itself is a little smaller. Wasps lay their eggs inside of the stem of sturdy plants, oftentimes flowers or maybe some type of wild weed or something. Sometimes little shrubs, bushes, but it needs to be soft enough that they can plant their eggs in it. So not something super woody, but strong enough that it keeps their eggs safe. So something like like a daisy probably wouldn't be strong enough. So it has to be a really sturdy, wild flower plant of sorts. And the egg grows and grows and grows, and then eventually the little wasp crawls out of it. So usually on the galls there's a hole somewhere. I don't know if you can see the little hole. But that means that that's where the wasp has crawled out. Anytime I bring these up, someone's always like, what if there's a wasp in there? Girl, these are like 4 years old. These are like 2 years old. And you can see the hole in them. Even when I picked them, I was pretty sure there was no wasp in them. They're very safe to pick. They're quite safe to pick because by the time they get this big, wasp has probably already crawled out. And even if you're wrong, it's just not a big deal. It's just not that big of a deal. So these are galls. Gall. They have a very wooden hollow sound. So here's your test. These two smaller ones, where are they from in the United States? What state are they from in the United States? What state are they from in the United States? Were you paying attention? What state are these two galls from? These are from Louisiana. Name one other thing about Louisiana. Anything. Free association. What do you think of when you think about Louisiana? I'll tell you 5 things I think of. I think of the word bayou instead of river. I think of rosette spoonbill. I think of pelican on the flag. I think of Catholic. I think of New Orleans. That's what I think of. That's what I think of when I think of Louisiana. There's many more things. You might have thought Mississippi. You might have thought French or Spanish. You might have thought Baton Rouge, the capital. Lafayette, another big city. Maybe you thought of Ile-de-Jean-Charles. Alright, now that you're focused and I have you here with me, I think that means that you're of the mind that you can trust me a little bit with your consciousness, right? If you're already here, you're already feeling safe and calm, relaxed. We can practice now that you're focused, removing you from yourself, taking this construct of your consciousness and disconnecting it from your ego, right? So here is the thing that is you. Here is the thing that is you, and it has a sort of you-ness to it. A sort of sleepy curiosity that I know that you have if you've made it along this far. And a desire to do what I say as a sort of relaxation. It can be very relaxing to just allow someone else to control your imagination, okay? That's what I want you to do. Allow me to control your imagination, because it's gonna be relaxing, and it'll help you get to sleep, or at least help you rest, okay? So, allow me to control your imagination a little bit, and what I want you to imagine is that I'm taking your you-ness, your consciousness, and I'm pulling it out of you into a sort of ball right here. This is where you are, okay? This is your head. This is your head now, because this is where your soul is. And where your soul is, that's where you are. And over there, that's just kind of this empty body vessel. You see out of this, but you are right here, right? And now I'm going to make sure that I'm holding you in this hand. And I'm going to put you inside of this cactus. And the cactus is going to become you, okay? So you're right here. I want you to feel yourself become this adorable little thing, okay? Become this adorable little cactus friend that's smiling like this. Smiley cactus friend, right? Smiley cactus friend. And now that I have your head right here in my hands, I'm able to touch it directly, right? I'm able to touch it directly. And you don't even really have to imagine anymore that I'm touching you whenever I do like this. Scratchy, 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 comby. That requires imagination. But when I touch you here, you can just feel it directly. You don't even have to imagine, because your head really is right here now. And when I touch the sort of tippy tops of your cactus fuzzy head, it kind of tingles and tickles. It tingles and tickles and tingles and tickles. It almost feels like someone hardly touching the top of your hairs, and it kind of tickles your scalp a little bit. Or maybe it feels kind of like someone poking your closed eyelid. Very sensitive little spot. And it feels relaxing. And it would definitely make you get ASMR if I were to touch your head more aggressively, because then it would be as if I was really playing with their hair, or doing something more sort of forceful on your face, right? Maybe touching your face like this, or like this, or like this. Combing my fingers through your hair. If I were to touch more aggressively, like maybe if I were to take one of these little nodules and wiggle it, that would give you tingles, I think. Tingle, 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 tingle. Another one. Tingle, 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 tingle. Tingle, 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 tingle. Tingle, 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 tingle. You can even brush them all back and forth and around, back and forth and around. And it would really definitely give you tingles if I were to do this. fingers in between all of those cactus nodules and really scratching, 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 scratching. Now, another test. Another test. What color are my glasses? Are they silver or are they gold? Silver or gold? Silver or gold? What color are my glasses? Silver or gold? Do you remember? Do you remember? They're gold. Gold. Were you correct? Were you correct? Were you paying attention? Very good. Very good. Scratchy, 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 comey. Scratchy, 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 comey. Alright. Now, I have another trigger for you. No other ASMR artist has this. This is my lesbian acorn that I got at a Ren fair. I didn't know she was lesbian until I brought her home and I saw she has purple. I don't know how well that purple shows up on camera, but in real life it's definitely purple. On my viewfinder right now it looks a little brown, but I assure you that is purple. And then I recalled, all these acorns, all those other ones that I was next to, they all had kind of different flags, LGBT flag colors. And I thought this one was just like random, or like just like a color scheme. I didn't know it was the lesbian flag until a little while later. And I was like, oh, it's my lesbian acorn. And I'm happy to have her. Because, I just don't have, I don't have very many lesbian things. And I think we can all do with a lesbian purchase or two to support the lesbians. And this is my lesbian acorn. I don't think that story is really important for the ASMR quality of the object, but I would feel like I wasn't doing advocacy if I didn't mention the backstory. So, there it is. But this was hand carved by Forsaken Flora, looks like the brand. And they make all kinds of wonderful things. I remember they had one of probably the coolest little wagon at the Ren Fair that I went to. I loved the way they decorated. I have some herbs in here right now. I actually can't even remember what this is, to be honest. Mint? Oh, I think it's mint. I did have a lot of mint growing, so this is probably mint if I had to guess. Should I taste it? See if I'm right? I think I put this in here like probably 7 or 8 months ago. I can't smell it anymore, but I think it's probably mint. It's mint. It's mint. I did just put it back in. I'll clean this out after. That mint's been in there for too long. I am a big fan of wooden sounds. Wooden one more normal trigger before we get to the silly weird ones, okay? I have one more normal trigger, and it is these little baby carrots. There probably has been another ASMR artist to mess with baby carrots, and I just don't realize it. But baby carrots make really good little noises when you scratch them with your nails. These have been sitting out for a long time, so they look kind of like the way carrots look when someone needs to eat them before they start looking even worse. You know what I mean? Like, definitely eatable, but they're starting to look a little gnarly. So you better eat them quick. Quick. The skin's a bit dry. I can smell the keratin, the vitamin A. Did you know that we named keratin after carrots? Because of course we did. My nails are full of carrot bits now. Carrot bits, carrot nails, carrot nails. Carrot nails. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to the kind of silly triggers that I haven't seen anyone else do, but maybe they've already done them. So here's the thing. If you've made it this far into the video, I don't know exactly how many minutes in we are now, probably like over 20 though. If you've made it this far, you're probably asleep, which is really good because that means it's the perfect time for me to very, very, very sneakily cut your hair while you're asleep. Shh, just stay asleep. Stay asleep while I just cut your hair. No, nothing weird is happening. Nothing weird is happening. Stay asleep. You're just watching an ASMR video. You're watching an ASMR video where someone is pretending to cut your hair. It's not happening in real life. It's just a video. It's definitely not real. It's just a silly little video, and I'm definitely not stealing your hair in real life, because that would be crazy. It's honestly crazy for you to even suspect that. I mean, how would that even happen? So just stay asleep. Stay asleep. Stay asleep. Stay asleep. Stay asleep. Stay asleep. And enjoy the very fake sensation of me cutting your hair. Someone also said that they had never seen any other ASMR artist do like gaslighting as a trigger. And I just want to say, I don't even think I ever have done gaslighting as a trigger, but also a million other ASMR artists do gaslighting as a trigger. So that kind of says more about you than me. I feel like you're probably watching other ASMR artists and getting them mixed up with me because you watch too much ASMR if you think that gaslighting is my thing. Because, like, so many creators do that, and other creators do it even more than me, and I don't even do it that much. So you should probably try and pay more attention to the ASMR artists that you're watching and not just kind of, like, lump them all together, because we're actually doing a lot of different things. And there's so many other ASMR creators that do gaslighting as a trigger. More often than me, better than me. And I don't do it. Like hardly at all, really hardly at all. So I don't know why you would think that. It makes me think that maybe you're just kind of confused about which ASMR artists are doing what. Which ASMR artists are doing what. But because this viewer of mine, they thought that I was the only creator that does gaslighting, I thought it would be funny if I made like an entire video kind of centered around that, you know? Where like you're just so kind of inadequate and like gullible. You're just so gullible. And I know you can't help it, so that's okay. But you're just so gullible that you fell for it when I said that I'm the ASMR artist that does these triggers. I'm not. This isn't even mine. Lesbian acorn? Are you kidding me? It's an acorn. It doesn't have sexuality. And I'm not the only ASMR artist who has these things. These things are super popular. They're like water globes. Everyone has these. Everyone has these little galls too. I've never used these. I actually had to like go to Walmart to get these because like all the other ASMR artists were messing with these little wasp galls. And I was like, well, I guess I should do what everyone else is doing. But it was really, I think it was really cute how you just believed this entire video. Because it made it really fun for me to like, I don't know, just have an opportunity. I knew that I could do this. You know, I knew that I could pretend all of these things were original triggers that I had invented, like scratchy, 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 go me. I think it's so funny so many people think that's like my thing when like ASMR face touching has been a thing since the beginning. We've been playing with each other's hair in ASMR videos like since the beginning, right? Scratch, 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 scratch. And yeah, people think it's my thing. Like that just shows how gullible you are. Which is cute. I mean, it's like a good little trait of yours. It makes it easy for me to like just make things up and take credit for it when I'm not just standing on the shoulders of giants. I'm honestly like shitting on the shoulders of giants because I'm just like taking credit for like this like face touching cactus head like imagination exercise. People have been doing that for like hundreds of years on YouTube. It's really old school. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with the Russian performance theorist Stanislavski, but he actually wrote about like imagination exercises as an ASMR trigger within YouTube videos. Stanislavski is known for that. But of course you didn't know that. You're like you're too dim. You're a little bit too dim to be reading Stanislavski. So I don't expect you to know that he wrote performance theory about YouTube ASMR, but he did. None of this is new. But I do thank you for, you know, thinking that I'm that smart to like make all this up. That's really nice of you. It's really nice of you. Very kind-hearted of you. I'm flattered. And I'm glad that you just fell for it all. I'm really glad that you fell for all of that. And I'm even more glad that you are super asleep now. And you'll never know that I really was cutting your hair that whole time. And that I can't wait to test your DNA for mad science reasons. Shh, just stay asleep. Stay asleep. Stay asleep. Just relax. Just relax. You know, sometimes I really do wonder how many people are really asleep and like don't even know how this video went, you know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of people people who fell asleep within the first 5 or 6 minutes, they don't know that this is how it's gonna end. They don't know. They don't know that this is a video about me gaslighting them into thinking that these triggers are mine. Which is pretty funny. It's funny. Are you rewarded or punished for staying awake this long? Shh, don't think too hard about it. Just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. To sleep.